everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Power of Knowing Forum's LinkedIn Live session 112. Today, we are discussing on the topic of Guardians of Finance, Cybersecurity Best Practice for India's BFSI sector. We have the honor of having Dr. Shekhar Pawar, founder and CEO of Secure Claw and Glass Dew IT Solutions. Without further ado, let's bring our speaker onto the dais. Hi, Shekhar,
Thank you
Dr.
very
Shekhar.
much, Prem sir, for inviting me again.
Yeah,
It is always pleasure being here with this very valuable podcast live online, and I keep on receiving very good feedback and comments post this also. So it is very
thank
important
you.
podcast for me.
Thank you, sir. I'll bring up the presentation and you can take it out from there, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So good evening, everyone. Good morning, based on your location. So yeah. So today we are going to talk specifically for finance domain cybersecurity best practice for banking, finance segment, and insurance companies. And uh, before going through the slides, I would like to tell you like there are many attacks happening daily basis on many institutes, including BSFI, manufacturing, and other organizations. But very few are reaching till the news or media. So the problem is like as a cybersecurity expert or the auditor or the in this domain I'm working since decades. So I keep on receiving call, or my friend circle who is working in this domain keep on receiving call every week about the ransomware attack happened to particular organization or something like that, and people are not open to share the information so as it will be published anywhere as an article, or because it is kind of market reputation which can damage, and people are very offensive towards sharing such information till media. But whatever information we saw published online, based on that, today I'm going to share with you few statistics to begin with. And because those are not real figure, I don't know, it might be less than 1% of the cyber crimes which are reaching till media as a news article or blogs, but rest of the things are not reaching. Companies are resolving it internally. But yeah, but it will be some helpful presentation today. So first is India Bull Group was actually hacked, and it was like ransom because of ransomware attack. Clop ransomware gang was harassing them, and they were giving them 24 hours. Otherwise, they wanted to leak their data and company's confidential information. And the further information is not published in media, so I don't have more insights. But this is one of the cybercrime happen in India. I'm specifically going through few news, only 5 news of last 5 years, uh, which are related to BSFI segment. Then the Logbit 3.0 ransomware attack happened on Fullerton, India. Again, it is one of the group where which got impacted with 600 GB of crucial data belonging to that company and their clients, and that data was stolen and was available on darknet. So it is very dark web. So it is very horrible situation for any company, and there is no further information about how what happened next in the media. Then Jaipur accountant company got hacked. It is well-known company, Khandelwal Group. So and again they actually took legal action against hacker, and it is like a very financial domain attack. Financial domains data was leaked by the hackers. So this is what the information appeared in the news in India. Again, the Naujivan Cooperative Bank was being was went under Windows ransomware attack, and it was in news. But further, there is no much information available online. What happened to that attack? Then Canfin Homes Financial Company, which is a very reputed company providing home finance. and it is a very big company, and it went under certain cyber crimes of ransomware. And you can see many attacks are related to ransomware, because malwares or viruses or trojan horse are being used for as a input, or it is kind of a hook for the catching particular victim, right? And they try to make people victimize using this malware, and those are the entry points for the ransomware. And later on, because ransomware is kind of how hacker will gain, right? So hacker will gain through the ransom, through the money. Otherwise, what is the use of hacking activity for him, right? Otherwise, if it is a state sponsor attack, that is a different situation, where different countries are trying to have uh, impact the global economy of another country, or the GDP of another country. So in that case, that is a different motive. But many of the attacks happening on BSFI segment are particularly for the money or the financial gain, right? Uh, so this is the studies by me. I did international studies on MSME segment. Now you will say why MSMEs, how MSMEs are linked to this BSFI segment. Look, many of the companies, like suppose there is an insurance company, they are outsourcing their data processing and most of the work to the small and medium enterprise, which works as a partner for them. And this data is very important. Many MSME companies are working in BSFI segment as the partner of big banks, insurance companies. And as you can see, there are many attacks which you can see in banking and financial specifically. Insider threat means someone from the company itself is involved in stealing the data and selling it. Okay. Then malware attack, like I said, viruses, Trojan horse, worm, many attacks are happening with the companies. Then ransomware attack, because they are most of the data sensitive work is performed by these companies. So they are going to have some financial motive during the attacks, and that is the ransomware attack. So as you can see, even in IT industry, manufacturing industry, there are various, but in specifically for banking, there are insider and ransomware attack are the two important factors which I can see. Then I'm going through a little bit on ransomware slides. Look, earlier days, the ransomware attack was happening like the machines were getting encrypted, servers were getting encrypted. If you need data files or SQL server data or any such data which is highly sensitive for your organization, if you want that, then for the decryption key of that data, you need to pay hacker, and they will. Earlier days, there was like bank details they were sharing, but now it is very easy using crypto account. They are asking for money, so it is very difficult to locate those hackers. Then uh, then after few years, during especially during the pandemic era time, hackers started double extortion attack, where they are taking backup of your servers of the organization, data files they are already copying in, and then they are encrypting the data, and they are asking for money. And suppose company will say, I will restore data, I will lose little bit data before, because we are taking daily backup or weekly backup, so I can restore the data. But hacker will say, look, I have taken backup of your data and I will sell it on dark web. Okay, or I will sell it on with your competitor. So they do that double extortion kind of attack. So methodology change. Again, the triple extortion started, where suppose even though if you pay money for single extortion or double extortion, there is no guarantee. Like hacker will give you information, give you a real solution, or he will help you to get key or the data not getting leaked. But there is no guarantee, because you don't know that person or gang. So triple extortion, where companies are being asked by hacker that they need to pay again and again if they don't want further attack, because they already have your data, they have your network topology, your passwords, configurations, everything with them. So they will say we will use it and we will perform denial of service attack. Further to triple extortion, there is again one more attack, where they actually tell like, look, uh, we have the data which we can leak, and because of that your share market price or your value in the market will degrade. So that kind of fourth level of extortion also started recently. So it is a methodology uh, um, enhancement which hackers are doing at their end. It is a no-bore-no-be-pores report, and it is actually having a combination of various reports, like you can see. And it is showing like the social engineering, remote desktop vulnerability, unpatched software, password guessing, credential theft, remote server attack, third-party, USB, and many such techniques or entry points are used for the ransomware attack performing the ransomware attack. Now, let me go through this Comparitech analytics, which they have shared recently, and it is very helpful for me as a researcher. As you can see, there are many industries where this kind of under BSFI also there are different categories, as you can see, and then uh, hackers are actually targeting different segments and different locations. You can see starting from Australia, India, USA, every country is having some kind of dot. And there are certain news since 2018 which has been captured in this report, right? So, if we look at the ransomware attack impact, you can see it happened mostly in the duration of pandemic, like 2020 and 2021, because most of the remote vulnerability and many online transactions started during that era of pandemic, because people were not going to bank; they were performing activities online, and even many things moved cloud. Suppose earlier there was a internal systems of the bank, now they started giving access to that system outside, so as the employees can work remotely. And in that era you can see there is a spike of the ransomware attack in financial organization. And as you can see, the cost of downtime, suppose there is a ransomware attack, then companies can't actually function, or their certain operations are stuck because the server is not available, it is encrypted, nothing is working. So in that case, you can see cost of downtime is estimated as a different millions of values. And in India, you can see uh, the value is 361 million around, right? $1 million. So that was the cost of ransomware attack on the BSFI segment in since 2023 till 2023 June. And number of attacks happened in these organizations are shown here. So here, as you can see, there are in 2023 half yearly data is saying like 24 known attack, means these are attacks reached till the news. And most of the attacks happen in 2021 and 20, right? Then there are few records, how many records were impacted in this financial organization. If you look only during the half part of the 2023, there are 14 million plus records were impacted, right? So it is showing the highest volume of records being impacted in BSFI. And the downtime of average downtime of the financial organization due to ransomware attack is in 2023 half year or showing like 14 days. Okay, which is very important to understand. Like downtime is organization is not able to function, right? It is uh, if we talk about monetary or other impacts, how much loss. It is a huge loss for the financial organization if they are not able to fulfill the requirement of the market or their customers. And we need to see the next data in upcoming report. Probably it will get published next by this year mid, so we will come to know the full volume of the records impacted and how much downtime happened in 2023. The known cases of financial downtime were 11 cases, and those 11 cases were having 158 days of downtime, which was reported in news. Okay, many of the data points are not reaching till the news, but few organizations like Beeping Computer and many such organizations are actually publishing lot of information about cyber attacks, and they do follow up and they try to gather more information and try to publish it. So because of them, few cases we have got more information where you can see the impact on the BSFI segment. Then estimated downtime cost based on known and unknown. So it is just an hypothetical studies. If few attacks were not uh, got regular updates till the media, but still you can see in 2022 there were 386 days where the estimated downtime, and 340 days for the half year of the 2023. And if we look at the estimated cost of the downtime because of these attacks, uh, in 2022 it was 4.8 billion dollars, and in 2023 for the first 6 months it was 4.2 billion dollars, and 2021 it was maximum 15.1 billion dollars. So can you guess, only for BSFI known cases which are reaching till news, there are, and few statistics are telling us these many losses are happening in the BSFI segment. Then average demand for the financial from the financial organization which hacker does as a ransom for giving their data or the key, it is showing like the highest were during 2022, which is around uh, a point around $1 million, you can say. And in 2023 it raised till $9.3 million. So it is very very difficult situation. All right. Ransom demanded from the known cases which reached till the newspapers and media. There are three cases which reached in 2023 as a follow-up. So you can see $28 million were asked ransomware from these three cases. In 2022, $4.5 million were asked from the five cases, five different organizations, and in 2021, $61 million were asked from the three cases. So this much of the demand is asked by the hackers during these cases. Uh, Total ransomware paid by the organization. It is not recommended to pay the ransomware, but few organizations still are paying the ransom because of fear. And there are two cases happen in 2022, which is $1.5 million were paid to the ransomware gang. In 2021, $40 million were paid to the gang during the two cases, and few data is not available. Right? Might be um during their communication they might have paid, but it is not reached till the news. Okay, so in India specifically, for banking, there is a cyber security framework which is recommended by the RBI. Okay, and RBI guidelines are asking any banking domain company to follow the cybersecurity framework recommended by them. And I already gave such trainings to the banks of India. And this cybersecurity it is a very 4-5 hours at least required for explaining this framework. But it is at high level. I'm just explaining here in couple of slides. Like cybersecurity and resilience, cybersecurity operations center, CSOC, and cybersecurity incident reporting are the three priorities in this framework. And this framework you can download the PDF, which is openly available from rbs.org.in. I have shared the URL here. And this framework looks like this. Okay, so there are cybersecurity policies which organization working as a banking domain should maintain, and there is a baseline cybersecurity resilience in which is specified even in cybersecurity framework provided by RBI in Annexure 1. And in Annexure 2, they are RBI is asking for CSOS, which is Cyber Security Operations Center. And Annexure 3, they are asking for implementing Cyber Security Incident Reporting, where it is mandatory for the banking domain to report any breach to the RBI immediately within, I guess, 24 hours or 48 hours, if I can recall it correctly. That is specified in this PDF. You can go through. So it is very important, like the even government is aware these attacks are happening at the ground level. And I have visited many banks which are very small cooperative banks and all. They are not even having good security, physical security. Even I went till the CISO's desk. CISO was not available. I was sitting there for half an hour in his cabin, and his laptop was there. No one asked me who are you, from where you came. So that is the ground reality. Many banks, people are writing their password on the CPU of the computer. Okay, I have seen those cases. And people are not even following many of RBI guidelines. And it is very important to check the ground reality. I'm not able to say much because as an auditor, or as a because it never reached till the news. But yeah, but this is the reality. Apart from that, I have invented a BDSLCCI framework. I will talk a little bit about it. So look, these many of these banks are actually having vendors. Like they are having infrastructure vendor for installing the net banking or any application. They are having cybersecurity experts, external entities. They are having computers from another organization. They are having many vendors, many ecosystem. A big ecosystem is working with any bank or any insurance company. And it is very important to understand many of these attacks are happening because of the vulnerability in the ecosystem. The probably the bank is following the RBI guideline properly, but because they have given access to external entities or their partners, there are a lot of chances of having cyber crimes. So recent case is like before few months, Toyota Japan got hacked because they outsourced certain work to the MSME company of Japan, and that company got hacked and and the intention of that hacker was to hack Toyota, not that MSME small company. Because using that access, they try to hack the Toyota company. So similar thing will happen. So it is very important that organizations should follow the RBI guidelines. Along with that, they should follow the BDSLCCI kind of framework for their vendors. They should have at least that kind of BDSLCCI kind of framework. So there are 90% of the businesses in world are counted as a uh, counted as a small and medium businesses. 60 to 70% of employment are generated by them. 55% of GDP contribution are by them. And according to NCSC, 1 out of 2 small and medium business is having chance of getting cyber breach. 43% of small businesses are targeted by cyber criminal. 60% of small business shut down their business down the time of 6 months after undergoing cyber attack. So it is very important to understand that these companies are uh, very much vulnerable for the cyber crimes, and because of them your organization will face problems. And when I talk with these small and medium businesses, they are saying we don't have money to implement cybersecurity, we don't have resources, we are not having any we can't see any return on investment. Why shall we invest in cybersecurity? Because the standards available in market are very expensive. Third thing, they are saying we don't have knowledge to implement and maintain the cybersecurity standard available in market, like ISO 27001, NIST. Many big standards are available and very good and very mature standards are available. Uh, so I invented this framework BDSLCCI, which is talking about business specific cybersecurity. Suppose you are an insurance company, you are a banking domain company, you are doing some financial transactions through your portal. Then for that specific company, there is a mission critical asset. Like the financial transaction portal will be the mission critical asset of the company, and confidentiality of that transaction is very important. In that case, BDSLCCI gives you tailored cybersecurity controls list, which are required for securing the BSFI domain related cybersecurity controls. Or cybersecurity threats should be avoided. How to avoid that? Those controls are given to you, and it is easy to use because we have converted into web platform, SaaS based platform. It is easy to implement also, and it is only 15 to 40 controls which we are giving, which yearly you need to upgrade little bit. As you can see, any cybersecurity is incomplete without confidentiality, integrity, and availability. If confidentiality is broken, it causes disclosure. If integrity is broken, it causes alteration. If availability is broken, it causes destruction. So it is very important to understand. Without this, companies can't work. as a secured company. And BDSLCCI is available in for various business domain, one of which is BSFI, as you can see. Apart from BSFI, there are 55 plus domains which we have configured in BDSLCCI SaaS platform. And there are many mission critical assets, like wire transfer is one of the mission critical asset to be protected for the banking product. Source code of the banking softwares is very important. If it is having keys of the software, it is having mobile application related code, many things which we are trying to cover as a security best practice. And defense in depth means every organization should have data layer, application layer, endpoint layer, network layer, physical security, human security, governance. As a management, you need to govern the every entire framework, so that is very important. As you can see, we as a BDSLCCI 2.0 got launched this year, and we are recommending host endpoint security layer, data security layer, human layer as a level 1. And we are, as you can see at the list of the controls column, there are many cybersecurity policies and standards which we are recommending. And network security layer, application layer will be the level 2, and physical security and governance will be the level 3. As you can see, the ransomware attack generally happens through this kind of vulnerabilities in via social engineering, via RDP vulnerability, unpatched software, password guessing, credential theft, remote server attack, third party USB drive. So how BDSLCCI takes care of the ransomware attack? It is shown here. As you can see, all the layers defense and blip mechanism is working against ransomware attack. It is also working against malware and many insider threat and many things. So it has been designed in a way like it will prevent being hacked. Your organization is prevented being hacked, and it is helpful for BSFI or any small and medium enterprise or startup also. And this framework is actually uh, going to change little bit, because nowadays there are lot of sophisticated attacks happening. Like I shown you, since last 3-4 years, the methodology of ransomware attack has been changed. Earlier it was only for decryption key you need to pay, then the name for the backup, and then the regular payment like EMI kind of payment to prevent attack in future. So it is kind of methodology changes, technology changes. AI ML is playing lot of role in performing cyber crimes. One of the USA based company recently got hacked. Only there are 20,000 employees. Only one employee got to some phishing email where he was getting an award from the company or something like that. He clicked on that. Within 3 hours, the entire organization got hacked. Right? It is very important to understand the methodologies and technology are playing lot of important role during the hacking activities, and you should always be in sync with the organization, in sync with the market or the landscape of the cyber threats, changing cyber threats. This year we have seen lot of rise in the deep fake kind of attacks, right? So your standard can't be very, or your framework can't be always stable for 4 year or 6 year. It should be dynamic. It should be changing little bit yearly. Your strategy should change. So we are doing BDSLCCI new version every year. So this year January we launched BDSLCCI 2.0. After completing BDSLCCI particular level, organization receives this kind of certificate. Here it is shown as a sample illustration. Then after that, company also receives a transcript like mark sheet kind of stuff, where it shows how many controls they have implemented and all those stuff according to recommendation of BDSLCCI. And again, the company receives analytical report, which is a very good 25 30 pages kind of report exported into PDF, and it is available in HTML page also, where they see the coverage and the effectiveness of the controls area implemented. And that our during the assessment of the BDSLCCI levels, our auditors gives marks to the controls, and according to the percentage are calculated, showing the effectiveness of the control as shown in the screen. Then I'm just sharing one case study. So one of our BDS for many banks and insurance company, they do process data. So they have a team, and they are receiving a lot of list of the controls from each of these clients, and they need to sufficiently implement those. There might be few controls from ISO, there might be few controls from NIST. So whatever requirement comes, they need to comply with that. So they approach me, and we actually implemented BDSLCCI over the period of 3 to 4 months in that organization, and that is answering lot of their customers. Like they are just showing, like, look, we have followed this framework. These are the 30 40 controls we have implemented. We undergone audit and assessment, and we perform the vulnerability assessment penetration testing also, and we are comply with this requirement. So they are getting lot of good feedback from the customer is very happy, because they feel like they are able to process their data securely. So that is the benefit of the BDSLCCI. Apart from that, one of the company wanted to go for cyber insurance. For cyber insurance, if you are applying for it, there are certain check boxes of the controls which you need to comply. If you, and depending on those requirement, you means you, whatever controls you have implemented, your premium of the cyber insurance will reduce. It is like a life insurance. Like if they will check your BP, they will check your weight and all, BMI of the body, and they will actually calculate how, what should be the premium for you, what is the risk they are taking as a life insurance provider. So similar way, cyber insurance is also following the same kind of case, where my customers got less premium from the insurance company because they adopted BDSLCA framework. So just wanted to convey this. Um our vision is to help small and medium enterprises. Apart from that, we are also working with large banks and large enterprises also. It is not like we are not working, but for from the BDSLCA perspective, my focus is with small and medium enterprise, MSMEs, and SMB companies. And this is kind of first framework which is flexible enough for serving cybersecurity controls to many different organizations from different domains. And we are actually building an ecosystem of cybersecurity ecosystem across globe. So I would request you to know more about BDSLCCI. You can just Google out, or you can visit our website. So with this, I'm just stopping my presentation. It was nice. I am able to cover a long presentation within 32 minutes. Yeah. Thank you very much. So I'm open for any questions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your insights on this one. Few questions that I have in this respect is that current landscape on how the BFSI is working and how security landscape for India has evolved over the past 5 years, and what are the most promising or pressing threats that we see in today's environment, sir.
So in India, the major problem is people are not, like, suppose you will ask someone, "How are you?" They will say, "I'm good," even though that person might be not well. And I see like people are ashamed of showing, like, I'm lagging somewhere, I need help. And when I'm talking to people in cabin, they are showing me lot of things, and they are telling, but don't tell anyone. This is the
Okay.
problems, these are the viruses, these are the, this kind of ransomware attack happened in my company twice this year. They are telling like that, and they are not open to share, because no one is sharing in India, right? Everyone is saying like, I'm good. That is the habit, and that is the biggest problem which I see. Apart from that, there are ransomware attack definitely happening, and many cases those are kept as a confidential. Those are not reaching till media, so I'm not able to tell in this forum on live session like this happened to this company or that company. Another
Okay.
thing is like the major issue is with the employees, and I
Hmm.
guess 90% of cyber crimes happens because of unaware employees, because they are very open. Suppose someone will say, I'm your friend, please show me, tell me what is the uh, is my check got deposited, and is my check cleared. So probably employee of the bank will directly open the ERP and he will see what is happening. That should not be the case. There should be security regulation for viewing the data, for editing the data. And most of the banks, mostly the cooperative banks, I have seen these things are lagging. Few
Mhm.
big banks like top 3 4 banks. I'm also auditor of one of the top 3 bank, where I did audit of the ATM machines and data center of them before 2 3 years. So I knew what is happening there, but still they are following lot of processes from RBI, because they have a lot of responsibility. And if you look at, few banks are doing a lot of online transactions, since UPI and Google Pay and many things are um,
Hmm.
in public. So there is a lot big responsibility on their shoulder. And
True.
it is even suppose there is a firewall, and if it is not configured correctly, it is a biggest issue. So there are configuration issues which we have found in ATM machines and many things, which is surely the biggest threat. So the employees should take cybersecurity very seriously, and management also should invest in that. So these are the biggest threat. And technically, as I shown you, the ransomware attack and malware and many things are happening, right?
Sir, from a CEO insights or a CEO perspective, what are the three priorities when it comes to safeguarding financial institutions against cyber crimes or cyber threats? You have any inputs on that, sir?
So first input is data encryption. Okay.
Okay.
So data is always in at least either of 3 states. It might be data in rest, data in transit, or data in use. Okay. So in these 3 states, your data should be encrypted. So that is first thumb rule, which we should follow. Most of the companies are having like their backup files without encryption, and suppose that server got hacked, the entire backups are in hand with hacker, right? Second thing, regular monitoring and regular operations activities. I have seen like before 2 weeks I got one call from one of the very big textile company. They
Mhm.
undergone ransomware attack, and the person who called me was the IT head of that company, and he said, look, we have undergone a cyber attack. I asked them, do you have firewall? He said, yeah, I have firewall. Do you have antivirus? Yes, I have a antivirus. Then why it happened? Is it properly configured? It was properly configured, but our employees are using that because we are having IT support team, and they are using these servers for even opening their personal websites. Okay, through which uh, some virus malware entered in the organization. Second
Okay.
question which I ask, like because of employees mistake, it happened because they bypass these firewalls and all, because they got higher privileges. Second thing, I asked him, he was saying I lost my 3 terabyte database. Okay,
Okay.
and even backup database got encrypted. Okay, so he
Mhm.
can't restore it. So hacker
Okay.
encrypted both the primary real data, live data, as well as backup server, which is not
Mm.
which is linked to that server, not in same network. I said, how it is possible? 3 terabyte data got hacked, right? Means and hacker is saying I have backup, and he's shown the evidences.
Okay.
So 3 terabyte data will not get hacked in one day. It
Mm.
is going
True.
through network and firewall, right? So you are not monitoring properly. Are there spikes? Are there any malicious activities happening in your network? Is your team actually monitoring that daily basis in the firewall, in the network? No, they are not doing it properly. It is documented, but no one is doing that. They know are kuch nahi hota hai, right? It is like that. So that is
Mm.
the second thing. Third major thing is cyber security awareness, along with uh, what are responsibilities and accountability of each person should be conveyed properly, and what kind of legality actions companies can take if someone is not performing his operation properly, or he is an insider for the organization. There should be strict regulations, strict policies, strict guidelines for the employees. I have seen people are opening porn websites in the organization's web computer, and porn websites are the uh, major uh, they are mostly used for the delivering malwares in your computers. And then
Hmm.
once the machine got infected, it is infecting many of the machines. So I have catched such things also in my audits. And I guess employee awareness is must. And even though if you don't have very superb firewall and very expensive controls, if you have only limited controls and if your employees are well aware what they are doing and what are their responsibilities and how to monitor, how to configure things, then 99% problems are gone.
Hmm.
So that is what my personal opinion because of with my experience. So these three areas as a CEO, any company should take care.
Thank you for that, sir. Can you share one case study or story wherein BFSI institutions are effectively thrived security threats?
Means they are very cyber secured. That is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I have seen few banks. I should not name, but like HDFC and few such kind of banks. They are very. I have seen lot of innovation, and they are doing lot of investment in
Hmm.
case of cyber security. Suppose I am doing. I swipe my credit card twice in same shop,
Hmm.
even at 11 o'clock. They call me saying like, have you swiped twice in this particular shop? Is it your transaction? Okay, I they called me, I have checked it many times, and the person calls me. It is not a automated call. The person calls me and he speaks
Okay.
to me, and I guess that is the kind of investment this bank is doing, and I'm very happy. I'm not promoting certain bank, but I'm very happy how they are. Since start, if you look at HDFC Bank, they are investing heavily in IT and cybersecurity, and that is a differentiation which they are making in market. I have seen that is known as a frequency monitoring. It is known as a frequency monitoring in which I told you just now. If there are particular behavior pattern of the customer, you need to keep eye on those. And if there is any malicious intention which you are capturing with this behavior, like I swipe twice in the same shop after 5 minutes, or in the same hotel, so that is a frequency. How it is possible? Why couldn't that person swipe once as a final bill? So that is a frequency calculation, and it is also one of the behavior pattern study which companies should do in their algorithm and in their softwares. So using AI ML, and they should actually capture such statistics. So and it is very important. So I there are many few banks like with along with HDFC,
Hmm.
who are our customer, and they already took cybersecurity as a very crucial part.
Yeah. Now, with DPDP coming, the point that you said was that people can use your data and use it against you, right? So that will be a heavy penalty. You are talking about an example some time back saying that if I ask for
Correct.
some bank balance check and I know somebody, I can go get and see that this one, which is not a advisable part that you were talking about.
Very true.
I think that will be taken care once the DPDP Act is getting enforced in all the banking and other security parameters will be taken care in the other
Yeah.
industries, right?
So I guess in this case, like DPDP Act is saying, like you should protect customers' data as well as employees. It is not like suppose you and Prem sir and Shekhar is working in one organization, and I'm having access to Prem sir's confidential data. What is his
Yeah,
salary, where he stay, whatever, without consent. So it
yeah,
is against means I should not get that data. It is
yeah,
responsibility of the organization to protect everyone's data, right?
correct. Yeah,
And so human beings should be protected as well as companies. The entity like Grashdi or SecureClaw is an entity. Their
mm,
data is also confidential data. It is not like
right.
it is a public data. Whatever
Yeah,
is available in MCA site of the government, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, it's okay. But rest of the
mm,
data is confidential. So
yeah,
this data is very important, and according, as you rightly said, the Data Privacy Act 2023, Digital Data Protection Act. So it is actually going to protect this data, and there are penalties starting from 10,000 rupees till 250 crore rupees.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And in 2018, we have seen like the GDPR Act uh,
Yeah.
was launched in Europe, and because
Hmm.
of these heavy penalties, many companies shut down actually if they
Okay.
caught. So it is very important. I'm again saying it is not only management's role, management people who are or auditors or compliance leads role to comply all this framework and requirement of DPDP or RBI
Hmm.
framework. It is everyone's responsibility, and they should be aware. I have visited few companies where they are giving offer letter to the employees and where there is no NDA clauses,
Hmm.
intellectual property clause. You only in IT segment, most of the companies are putting that, but manufacturing and many banking, accounting companies, they don't even know that those
Yeah.
clauses should be in offer letter. So as employees are aware and they should read it, telling him
Hmm.
as a HR persons, you should tell them, tell the person like, look, these are the guidelines or compliance requirement of the organization. If you are not following it, we can sue you, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
we can take legal action, and that is missing. I have helped few companies to build during the BDSLCCI implementation, NDA and all those stuff, because they are not even aware, even though their turnover is 200 crore and 300 crore, right? But there are
Hmm.
a lot of insider threats which they are facing.
Yeah. Yeah. What would be the can you show what would be the future of cybersecurity look like for BFSI sector, and how should organizations prepare for emerging threats? This question, I think, last time also we had Shekhar sir,
For
but
manufacturing, correct?
in manufacturing also we had the similar question. Whereas we wanted to look at, is there anything specifically for BFSI is that we are looking at, or the trends remain the same for cybersecurity across the industries?
So look, BSFI is, suppose I am a hacker, for instance. I am a ethical
Mhm.
hacker, but suppose I am a black cat hacker. I want to hack someone. Whether I will hack a poor person who is already staying on street and the huts, or
Mhm.
I will go and to the premium location where the people are having lot of money. So
Yeah.
BSFI segment is attractive as a hacker because they have money, right?
Right.
Definitely they have money,
Yeah.
and so that is more attractive for any hacker, and that's why BSFI are number one targeted segment.
Hmm.
Uh, if you look at even insurance, they are having money. Banking, they
Yeah.
are having money because they are already having lot of transactions happening daily basis.
Yeah.
Secondly, if you look at the changing trend, the AI ML is playing a lot of role. Like I shared one example, 20,000 people company, only one person clicked on wrong URL, and that was phishing email, and within 3 hours, entire company was hacked. All
Yeah.
systems were hacked within three
Hmm.
hours. Can you imagine the speed of the technology?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so even I am a ethical hacker. I have few tools and I have few devices with me which we are using for penetration testing and helping organizations to be hack proof, to understand the vulnerabilities. But hackers are having lot of investment from the state sponsored thing, or they are having black money, right? So
Yeah.
they have 5 times or 10 times better tools than me, or lot of investment. So they are able to perform such attacks. And I guess it is very much important to understand the regular cyber attacks. That's why all our customers, like 200 plus companies, are actually getting daily cyber alert email notification from us. Okay.
Hmm.
And even any company interested, they can also contact us. We can include them. So we tell them what kind of attack is happening, right?
Okay.
Today, till yesterday, there was some different methodology, different kind of technology being used. Now today there is a different technology. After tomorrow, I don't know what will be the next. With the quantum computing, it will be more faster even.
Faster. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is like it is linked with the investment which someone is doing in these hacking activities. Like I said, suppose say the neighbor country of us, I don't want to name, they want to disrupt our economy, our
Hmm.
GDP. They are actually financing these hackers, right?
Okay.
So that is what is happening, and it is very important to adhere cybersecurity guidelines, best practices. People are not happy with cybersecurity guidelines because they feel like it is a time-consuming process. I need to take return approval. I need to do this, but they don't understand once something goes in wrong person's hand, it is a very painful. I have seen people under such tense moment who were taking life very lightly, and after going under cyber attack, people are sending me the chat with the hacker, like hacker is demanding
Mhm.
50 lakh rupees, how to negotiate. I'm saying I'm not negotiator. I told you to perform particular activities, to configure something, you ignored it. You said I
Yeah.
don't have budget, I don't want to do this, I don't have time, and today you are sending me chats. So I'm not going to negotiate. I'm not a negotiator, but we are here studying many things, and we are giving you some solution in the plate with very sophisticated way, and we are giving you guidelines, policy document, everything in plate. You need to implement that, you need to adhere that. So that is
Yeah.
what we are saying. But after undergoing cyber attack, it is very difficult life. As I told you, if the backup is there, that you
You
can
are right in
replicate.
saying that, because when we see the after effects are more, and the kind of things that we have to do after something is gone wrong is huge when compared to the prevention. So
Correct.
predominantly, if you take precautions on preventing it, it is half protection done, and we have won the battle by saying we cannot be. It's not that we cannot be hacked. There will be new technologies, as you rightly said, new things, new technologies, new tools are coming up where the hacker will always look at. Seeing a loophole in the system and getting an entry to the system to disrupt the services. But you have certain systems and certain policies set appropriately. You can minimize the impact, is what you are trying to say.
Correct.
So, yeah, with this, we are good with the session. Any questions, we will be happy to address over the chat in the comment box. If there is anything, we can reach Shekhar Pawar on the link that is there. Thank you for joining us today, sir, for on LinkedIn Live. Please do follow us on LinkedIn Live, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hope you have found this session valuable. Our next podcast session would be on the topic of startups do six things, or is the topic that we have. That would be our 113th episode, starting tomorrow at 6:30 p.m.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Looking
Yeah,
forward to see you, sir.
yeah, thank you very much, Prem sir. Thank you very much for the questions from the audience.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. Like I got opportunity to reach many through this
Yeah.
platform, and that is what we are working. It is not just uh, money or something which we demand. We actually want to reach. We want to make a cyber secure community of the
Yes.
people and organizations, because it is lot of pain I have seen after undergoing personal cyber attack or professional cyber attack or as a company. So it is very important to be cyber secure. If you need any help, whatever is possible, we are always there. You can contact me. I'm available on LinkedIn also. I have shared the link also of my LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
always, if I'm busy, I will get back after a few hours. But I always keep on responding people if they
Yeah.
need any help. Yeah.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.